So my question is if there are any steps in the works or ones that could be taken to address the concern about the lack of breaks during each learning block. Students are wondering if these days are off school for them or if they will be attending online. Can it be ensured that all students in all classrooms in WRDSB schools are consistently getting the much needed breaks in each 150-minute learning block without passing the responsibility of asking to students, which would undeniably make them uncomfortable having to face their teachers about something that they might have already decided against? That even something as simple as a 5-minute break, some students are not experiencing that. With that said, and based on the many discussions I've been having with students since last week, we would have hoped that the decision was communicated in a better way to us, as the disappointment of many of the students, some of which are marginalized students, stemmed from confusion, a lack of information, and unanswered questions about viable alternatives, rather than a lack of support for equity. So thank you for mentioning that communication aspect. Hopefully this occasion opens the door for a much wider discussion on how to optimally make WRDSB schools more inclusive, diverse, and equitable. To help clarify things for the student body, could you please elaborate on how the board will be taking such concerns into account as a part of its plan to reinstate the regular semester schedule? Overall, it was a very successful meeting. The senators demonstrated exemplary awareness and interest in topics like social justice issues, mental health, COVID-19 recovery, communication, and transparency. Such ideas and many more will be used to plan the agendas of the upcoming meetings. It was such a promising start, and it's in moments like these, with decisions like these, that I feel I can most return to students and say, look, your voice is being heard, it's being considered, and it's being acted upon. So as a representative of the student body, I urge the Board of Trustees to vote in favor of this recommendation. In favor? In favor?
All in favor? All in favor?
All those in favor?
In favor?
Through the chair to the student trustee. That's a great question. Thanks for the question and for the follow-up.
I'd also like to say to student trustee Soror that I do appreciate your sharing with me that polling information. And the student trustee collected information from her peers, collecting 263 responses.
Student trustee Soror, thank you for your question and for the feedback you provided about how students are feeling since that announcement.
I heard what the student trustee colleague said.
I truly welcome your questions in the boardroom and encourage you to continue to represent student voice here.
I expect and I would hope that as we move forward and as many of the young student leaders continue to move into leadership, as per what Trustee Surur was saying, that they may in fact pick up on things that we didn't recognize right now, and they will make those moves. And I think that is the hope and the work that we continue to do in this board to get us to a better place for all of us.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to take the time to thank you again for having entrusted me with your questions, thoughts, concerns, and the ability to represent you at the WRDSB board table. It truly has been an honor, and in 2021 I've had the opportunity to amplify student voice when it comes to topics including the return to school, different semester models, in-school routines, Halloween, COVID-19 response, and school renaming. I'm really looking forward to continuing this work in 2022 and introducing new venues to expand the student outreach and work on a wider scope of student representation. I hope everyone has had an enjoyable holiday season and has a safe return to school. Happy New Year!